Hello, William. Hello, Uma. How are you guys doing today? Hello. How are you? If you want to unmute yourself, you can. We have a few minutes before we start the presentation.
Hello.
Hi, William. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you?
Good. Happy Friday to you both.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's always a good day on Friday.
Yes.
It's a good day. Friday, it's a
Yes.
good day.
Yes. Where are you joining from today? Where do you live, William?
I'm in Johnson City, Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm in South Florida in Delray Beach.
Okay.
I'm in Rome and it's winter.
Yes, yes, we have Georgia and Rome. I heard a lot of the northeastern, actually a lot of the states, they're getting terrible weather this weekend. A lot of ice storms in Tennessee also. So
Yeah.
brace yourself.
Well, it's changed about 100 times this week, whether it's going to be snow, ice, rain mixture. So we
Oh,
don't know
has
what
it?
we don't know what we're going to get.
Oh my gosh. I have to say we're very lucky here in Florida. We just have hurricanes once a
Mhm.
year and then that's it. But we have so much notice, it's not even funny.
This is
So
another reason why you have to come to Italy. We don't
yes,
have
yes,
that
we don't
kind of
have
bad
ice.
weather. We don't have hurricane. We don't.
It's not so bad. It's not so. What about you, Uma? Where are you from?
I'm in Maryland right now. Yes, we are preparing for the storm.
Yes, so just stay inside.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm sure you have all your supplies and that's the way it goes, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I would just be staying inside. My husband, he's from Rochester, and it's upstate New York, where of course they get a lot of bad weather like this. And I always joke when he wants to move back home, I say I would never leave the house when they have cold Arctic weather like that. I'm not this Florida girl for sure. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know
Yeah.
what to do. So anyway, we're gonna wait a few minutes. Sometimes it takes people a little while to hop on and to figure out how to get in and the whole webinar experience. This is our second year doing these webinars, and it was so nice. The first year we do these sometimes every month, sometimes every few months, and a lot of the webinars are preparing our clients for their upcoming trips. So it's very helpful for our first-time travelers that really have never traveled with us before and don't know what to expect. And it gives them a little bit of, familiarity and comfort to know, okay, this is where you're going, even though they have all that information. But if they want to ask any questions, sometimes they get to meet the people that they're on the trip with on the webinars. But we want to also do these kind of presentations to give the other people a little bit of information about what we do here at Not As Italy, how we like to travel, and what we're all about. So the purpose of this webinar is going to be planning for your first trip to Italy. So as a company, as Not As Italy, we've been in business over 20 years. And most of our trips are focused in Italy, all over Italy. But over the last, decade or so, we've been expanding. We have custom trips that we do. So even though Italy is our bread and butter, there's so many other beautiful places to go, like Spain, France, Portugal, and now Greece. We have a beautiful Greece tour that's going to be kicking off this year. We've been traveling all over the Mediterranean for many, many years. So I think we might get started. Georgia, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
so my name is Daria. I'm the journey coordinator here at Not As Italy. And what that means is that once you register for a trip, you decide which trip that you want to go out of our signature tours. I'm the one who helps you prepare for travel. So I can book any extras for you, but I'm really here like as a concierge service to help you with any questions, any logistics, just anything that you want to do to help facilitate your trip, because not everybody is only going to be doing the tour. A lot of times people have plans before, after, they want to see other cities, they want to go to another country, maybe they're doing a cruise also. So everyone has different plans, and I'm here to help you put everything together. So I'm your personal assistant, basically. So I help you get prepared for travel, answer any questions, and then of course, once you're over there, you're with our wonderful journey directors. But then I also stay with you to follow up on your trip when you come home. So I'm there beginning to end, basically. Okay. Um, so planning your first trip to Italy. I don't know if anybody wants to, if you're unmuted, you could say if you've been to Italy before, if you've not been to Italy before, have you been dying to go to Italy? Maybe this is a bucket list trip for you, or maybe this is just, one of your many trips this year. So I would say all of our clients are different. Some they travel often and they love going to Europe, of course, because it's so beautiful. And then we have other people that really this is their bucket list. They've been dreaming of it, and we're so happy that they come to us to plan all of this. So here's a beautiful picture, and my program manager, Georgia, who I'll introduce you all to later. She's going to go into a little bit more detail about the trips themselves, some that we're going to feature today. But as you see, we are a small group tour company. We're actually the tour operator. So we only sell our trips. We're not a travel agency. We don't do other things. These are our tours that we run, we plan, and we promote. So there's no third parties involved that we're going to be working with. Like I said, you have me as your support all through the process and after, but as a small group, a small business, there's only a handful of us, and you have that personal experience, that personal touch all throughout your travel planning. So, and of course, you have Georgia, who is our wonderful support over there in Italy full time. So what we're going to talk about today, we have the top regions to visit in Italy, which is always the hardest part of trip planning, the best times to go, how to choose how to travel, because of course there's different ways that maybe you haven't even thought about, but we'll go over that. Recommended tours. We do have a few tours that we're going to feature today that we're going to talk about, and then we'll do some questions. Okay, so let's get started. Thank you, Georgia. So Italy is a very, big country, but very diverse. So if you've been to Italy before, you know that there is a definite split between the north and southern regions. And then, of course, you have the islands. So some people, have an idea that, oh, I want to be by the seaside. I want to go to the mountains. I want to go hiking. I only want to go to Sicily, or I'm in love with Tuscany my whole life, and I only want to see that. So there's so many diverse regions in Italy, and I would say that's probably the hardest decision that you would have to make once you're planning a trip over there, because what to do, where to go, how much time to spend, all of that goes into planning this trip. But that's what we're experts at, so that's what we love. But over here you can see these are all the places that we go with the dots over there. So we go all over Italy, but we try and stay centralized to not be jumping north to south to east to west. Most of our tours are, longer 10 days, but we do have 2 shorter tours that we're going to go over today. But so we don't like to be running around. Our tour style, our travel style is slow and relaxed and stress-free. So that's how we like to travel. But you see, we do go all over Italy, from the north to the south. Next slide, please. Okay, avoid the checklist trap, right? So as I was just saying, sometimes people get so excited when they come to us, and especially if they've been dreaming about going to Italy for so long, and they say, oh, they have in their head all the things that they want to see, and they feel like they have to do everything at once. And of course, you don't have to. Italy is always going to be there. I always tell people, when they say, oh, well, since we're here, we should do this and we should do that. And, that's wonderful and it's ambitious, but you don't want to need a vacation from your vacation. So we try and, when we have consultation with you or when you speak with one of our journey experts, we try and really hone in on what you want to do, where you want to go, what you want to see, what are your expectations, what are your desires, what are your dreams. Sometimes, well, a lot of times we have people that have their family roots in Italy. So maybe they want to chase down those their genes over there. They want to see where their grandmother's from, things like that. So we try and tailor what you are looking for to the region that you want to go. And, of course, sometimes it's easy. People know exactly what they want to do, which is wonderful. But if not, we're here to guide you in the right way and help you make those decisions, okay? So like I was saying, we don't like to move around too much. Our tours are really focused on being immersed in the culture, not running around. We, of course, give you free time, but we also do a lot of unique things on the trips. So we want you to enjoy and have fun, and we don't want you to stress. So that's the way that we like to, put everything together for you. Okay, what's the best time to visit Italy? Anytime is our answer, of course. Anytime is a good time to visit Italy. Of course, there are seasons where there's going to be a high season, a low season. Even Christmas time over there is beautiful. We have a Christmas tour that we're starting this year that is going to go to Rome and Naples, 2 of the most beautiful places Christmas time in Italy. But really, any time is good. If you're going to be thinking about less crowded, when is the time that Italy is going to be less crowded? Italy is a very popular destination, but you will see a significant difference in going in April or late October, excuse me. That is because, the high season is going to be in the summertime, August, September. When the kids are out of school, a lot of times you have graduations, things like that. So there are definite times when you're going to have more people traveling and then less people traveling. Okay. Also, the regions themselves, it's going to vary a lot for those months, for the weather, for the climate. So if you're going to be going somewhere in the mountains, even though it's going to be in the summer, it'll be a little bit cooler, right? If you do not like hot weather, then probably it's not a good idea to go in the summer months. So really, it depends what you're looking for, what time of year works with you, your schedule, your family, all of that. But there's lots of things to consider time-wise when you're planning your trip. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so how do you want to travel, right? So you may not even think about this, but there are different ways to travel, right? So most people, I think, in their lives, they travel by themselves. They plan everything out, they go, they do, they see, and that's, that's their mode of traveling. Some people love to be in a group, and there's many, many companies that do big bus tours and with large groups of people, 50, 60 people. And that could be also, there's pluses and minuses to everything. But, when you have people planning the trip for you, it is very nice to be in a small, intimate group, not with lots and lots of people, because I'm sure, as you have heard the expression of herding cats, when you have large groups of people, you lose a lot of flexibility and you lose a lot of control of your own vacation, because this is your vacation, obviously, and you want to have that flexibility. And what's nice about going with the group is that everything is planned for you. It is nice to meet other people. These are usually like-minded people who enjoy the same things, enjoy the beauty of Italy, enjoy the scenery, wine, good food, all those things. So being a small group tour operator, our tours are from 6 to 12 people. So 6 minimum and 12 maximum. And that's it. So we really pride ourselves on our group size, because we're one of the only tour companies that has that small of a size, from 6 people. I mean, it's basically a private tour. Now you're going to have a journey director who is a tour manager. We call them journey directors, but they travel with you 24/7. So you have someone there guiding you on the trip, facilitating everything, and you have a private driver, which is wonderful. But there are different ways to travel, and you can see here, obviously, the pros and cons of being by yourself. It's a lot of effort, a lot of brain power to be going around and planning everything. This way, everything is planned for you, and you could just go and enjoy. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay, what is small group travel? So here's a picture of one of our trips that we did, and as you can see, it is just a small group. We have actually 2 guides over to the right. One is the journey director in the purple shirt, and the girl next to her in the hat, she's the local guide. So in some of the cities that we visit, we do have a local guide who will take us around, but you always have a journey director with you 24/7. So you can see this is a very small group, besides the 2 guides over there. So what are the benefits? You have personalized attention, access to exclusive locations, relaxed and flexible itineraries, unparalleled comfort. Like I said, we do travel. We drive in small Mercedes vans, so we do not use large vehicles. And the benefit of that, of course, your comfort, but in some of the hilltop towns, if you're on a bus, you have to park very far from the entrance of these walled cities. So the advantage of having these smaller vehicles is that we can get closer to the city centers, or the beginning, if they're one of these hilltop towns that have these entrances over there. So it cuts down on your walking, of course. Now, what is the role of a journey director? Like I said, they're a manager, they're a tour manager, and they're there for anything and everything. They're there to entertain you, they're there to help with any questions, give you suggestions on your free time, help with the language barrier, show you where to get money. They do the tours with you. If there's not a local guide there, then your journey director is your guide. So you have a licensed tour guide with you the whole time. And they eat with you, they stay in the hotel with you, and they're honestly the stars of our company. besides you have the support on the American side, our journey directors are, you know, the groups fall in love with them. They're wonderful, so fun. They're so passionate about their country and they love sharing everything with the groups. So they're really, really such a blessing for us to have. So we always say that, you know, with our group, something magical happens, that you meet as strangers and you depart as friends. And we find that year after year after year. So we have wonderful groups of people, like-minded people who love to travel, love Italy, and love enjoying. So we're blessed to have great groups. This picture over here we have to the left is Elisa. She's our local guide in Florence. And at the bottom with the hat, his name is Enzo. He's another one of our journey directors. Wonderful, wonderful. And again, a very small group of people. You see the two on the right-hand side are a mother and a daughter. It's really nice to have such a small group of people. It feels like you're just traveling with friends. And like I said, at the end, you definitely feel like friends. So, not as Italy, we're in business over 20 years. We do itineraries all over Italy. You know, the big advantage that we have over a lot of other companies is that, like I said, these are our tours that we have approved. Everything has been checked out before. So it's not that we just, you know, make things up. Oh, let's go over here, let's go over there. Every restaurant has been checked out and made sure that it's good. All the hotels. We do site inspections. Actually, that's Georgia. She does many things, but she checks out everything. Everywhere that we go has been checked out already. So there's no surprises. We don't just, you know, pick companies out of or restaurants or anything out of thin air. So everything has been planned meticulously and is curated for your enjoyment. Our slogan, tours for people who don't go on tours. So when you say, oh, I'm going on a tour, I think some people, and myself included, before I started working for Not As Italy in 2018, that I really would never think to go on a tour with strangers. Seemed crazy, but I did our tour in 2019 in Puglia, and it was phenomenal, and I loved it. But you don't feel like you're on a tour. You feel like you're with friends and family, and you just feel it's a very relaxed vacation. You feel like you're on vacation. You don't feel like you're on a field trip, to, you know, give you an example. But as I said, all of our tours are maximum 12, minimum 6. They're fully escorted with your full-time journey director. We use small Mercedes vans. And we pride ourselves on, you know, itineraries that are going to immerse you in the culture. We want authentic experiences for you all, and that's why we have, excuse me, our locals on the ground, our journey directors, our local guides are there for you guys. Okay, and customer service, which is me. You have my one-on-one attention, and I am always responsive to you. Okay, I definitely pride myself on that. So we are very lucky that we have wonderful, wonderful reviews. We have all 5-star reviews on Google, TripAdvisor, and we definitely encourage you to check us out over there and read some of the comments from other travelers. But if you go on our website, we have, for each tour, we have reviews that clients have sent us or sent on Google and something, and we have it over there per tour. So you can check out and see what they've said specifically about that tour, what they liked about it, which is nice. So please, I encourage you to go over to the website and check it out. Here you can see some of our reviews. So we'll leave that up for a few seconds while I take a sip of water if you guys want to take a look. I don't think I could ever be in public speaking. It's, it's too hard on you. Okay. That should do it. So yeah, these are some of our wonderful, wonderful reviews. I have to say that I speak with all the clients because I help everyone get ready, and we have some really lovely people, and it's for me, it's so nice that I can see when the groups come together, and I know that we have like, very, very nice people on the groups, and I know they're gonna have a good time because when I speak with everyone, you could see who's funny, who's this, who's that, and it's a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. So it's a big satisfaction when the travelers come back and we, see how everything was and they all had such a great time. So next slide, please, Georgia. Okay, so now I'm going to hand it over to Georgia. Like I said, she's our program director in Rome, and she's going to go over a little bit about the tours themselves. This one, the Italian Treasures, it is our most popular tour, coupled also with our Jewels of Amalfi Coast tour, but this is a tour that's perfect for first-time travelers because it really hits the classic Italian must-see sites. So without further ado, Georgia, thank you, Mama. Please take it away.
Grazie, grazie, Daria. As Daria, thank you very much for all this fantastic, fantastic information about Nada's Italy. So here I am. My name is Georgia. I manage Nada's Italy tours and our reservation department. Living in Italy allows me to share not just the famous site, but also the inner corners, so local traditions and authentic experiences that make each journey really unforgettable. I am excited to guide you through some of our favorite itineraries today and give you a taste of what traveling with Nada's Italy feels like. So let's start with Italian treasure. Venezia, Firenze, and Roma. Venice, Florence, and Rome. We start in Venice, 3 days. 3 days in this elegant city, known for its ancient cafes, iconic bridges, and winding canals. Discover San Marco Square, Piazza San Marco, with a local guide. Our local guide are, as Daria was saying before, are carefully, personally selected by us in every city because true locals offer a unique perspective and an authentic connection to the destination. So, your guide will take you behind the famous landmarks through hidden corners, as I was saying, and known touristy streets, revealing a more intimate side of Venice. On the following day, we enjoy a private boat tour on the lagoon, the Laguna di Venezia, where you will meet the last master glass blower. I want to show you some picture now. Here we are. This is Venice, fantastic. This is the lagoon on the right hand side. On the left hand side, it's the gondola, and San Marco Square is on the top. So we go to see the one of the last master, as I was saying, glass blowers in Murano, and then explore Burano, the iconic. This is the if you see on the right hand side, master glass blowers in Murano, and this is Burano. You can see this is fantastic. The iconic island, famous for its vibrant colors. You can see the little buildings over there on the left, and then the handmade lace and its delicious biscuit that are traditional from Burano. So andiamo avanti. Firenze, Bologna e Firenze. 4 days in Florence. Florence is a masterpiece itself. We will explore the Uffizi Gallery, one of the world's premier art museums. walk through Piazza della Signoria and stand before Michelangelo's David. Together with your guide, Elisa, you saw the picture before, you've seen the picture before in the slide, who will share incredible stories and fascinating gossip about the city. The city, Florence, was actually once the cultural, artistic, and political center of Italy. So the experience is completed by the authentic flavor of Tuscan cuisine, still deeply rooted in tradition. So this is Florence, and this is Tuscany. Here we are, Rome. 3 days in Rome, the last days of the tour. Rome, the eternal city. Rome is Italy's capital and the heart of Christianity, where ancient history and timeless beauty meet. At the Colosseum, you walk the same path of the gladiators, men who fought for glory and for their lives. Then we will explore the Vatican museums and the breathtaking Sistine Chapel, La Cappella Sistina. You can see a picture on the right-hand side. Then, where every corner, every step of this city, of the tours, is unforgettable. And of course, no Italian journey would be complete without tasting the country's incredible cuisine. In Italy, every region has its own story through its dishes. Now, for travelers very limited, that has limited time, or those wishing to customize their journey, we also offer, as Daria was saying, shorter itineraries. So we usually have 10 days tour, like the Italian Treasure. We also have a couple of tours of 8 days, and the name of this tour are one is Blissfully Italian, and the other one is Mediterranean Bliss. So Blissfully Italian includes 3 days in Rome and 4 days in Florence, the same core experience as Italian Treasure, but without Venice. So it is often chosen by guests who have already visited Venice and prefer to have a different destination. For Mediterranean Bliss, we have 3 days in Rome and then Sorrento. So our time in Sorrento takes us through the timeless ruins of Pompeii. Let me see if we have some picture here. Here it is, Blissful Italian, as I was saying, 3 days in Rome and the other day in Florence. And then this is the Mediterranean Bliss. So we start in Rome, 3 days in Rome, and then we go to Sorrento. From Sorrento, we go to the ruins of Pompeii, and then the refined elegance of Capri, and then the unforgettable charm of Amalfi and Ravello. And in Ravello, we will visit Villa Ruffolo. Let me tell you, in Villa Ruffolo, you'll stand before one of the most breathtaking views along the entire Amalfi Sorrentino coastline. An experience that stays with you long after the journey ends. So, for guests who wants to go farther, our by design department specializes in custom. Let me see if we have some other. Oh, this is Capri. If you see the right-hand side picture, and the left is Positano, the beauty. This is the winery, because of course, okay, so we don't have another picture. So as I was saying, our by design department specializes in custom extensions and tailor-made additions. So whether it's addicting new cities, slowing in the pace, or creating a completely personalized itinerary, we ensure every journey reflects the traveler's individual style. Thank you.
Okay, so now these are just some frequently asked questions that we can go over quickly, and then I'll probably is the next slide that we could do questions for you all. So who will be in my group? So you will find out who's in your group, their name and where they're from 60 days before departure. So I send out an email to everyone with all the travel information and all your travel mates will be on there too. So you'll have their names and where they're from. And it is a group email, so sometimes the people like to reply all and introduce themselves and say, oh, hi, I'm from, we just recently retired, we live in Tennessee also, or, etc., things like that. So it's a nice way to start off. And some people even say, hey, does anybody want to meet for dinner before if you're going early? So it's very nice. How much walking will I do? That depends. We do use the private van for, large distances, but you will need to do some walking. We're not used to it as Americans, but in Italy they do walk, but it depends. If you're some tours, you'll do a little bit more walking than others, but I wouldn't say it's that much. Okay, you're not going to be walking for hours and hours because you're vacation. So we try and limit the walking, but you do have to be aware that there will be walking. Do I need a passport or visas? You do not need a visa, but you will need your passport. So yes. Can you tell me which hotels I'll be staying at? Yes, I give you all that information 60 days before we leave. But if you do need extra nights, I do tell you what hotel it is. Of course, if you want to know, I'm happy to tell you. What will I get my own bedroom and my own bathroom? Yes, all the hotels, you have your own bedroom. It's a regular hotel and they all have bathrooms. So of course, what is the typical wake up time and how early do we start our day trips? That depends on the itinerary, but we do not start the tours at 6 o'clock in the morning or anything like that. We start at a relaxed pace. Some of the tours do begin on the Friday. You would meet the group around 4:30ish, and some start on Saturday morning around
Right.
9:30, but it depends on what tour you're on. But in general, we do not start very early in the morning, but depending on where you're going to be going for the day, they'll let you know obviously what time you're going to be meeting the following day. What is the dress code and what should I wear? Uh, we always tell everyone this is your vacation. So if you'd like to dress up for any of the dinners together, lunches, but other than that, it's casual. So we want you to be comfortable. Of course, you're going to want to bring things that you can layer or, take off, put on, comfortable shoes, things like that. But you want to always check the weather. I always tell people check just a few days prior to see what is the most accurate forecast. If you're going to need a jacket or a rain jacket or, scarves, things like that. How will I meet up with the rest of my group? Your journey director will obviously say, let's say that you guys are going out for the day and then you have some free time. They'll let you know when to meet back with the group and where if you're out and about. But for the first day, the first time that you meet the group, I will be informing you when you're going to meet. And also your journey director is going to send their own communication to you to introduce themselves and let you know when is going to be that first meet time, what day, what time, all of that. Plus, you're going to have their cell phone number in case of emergency. So you're going to be fully informed, well prepared, and you'll know there'll be no questions about where to go and what to meet and all that stuff. So you'll
And
know ahead
then,
of time.
yeah, and then Daria, in the email that the JD usually send to the people of the group, they also attach the picture so they can easily recognize him, once at the hotel. So this is
Correct. Correct.
yeah, another help. Yeah.
Correct. Correct. Okay, next slide. Okay, so what if you take a look at the website, you see a tour that you like, what do you do next? How do you register for the tour? So first you're going to pick a tour, excuse me, and a date. We have a registration form that you could fill out, and then you pay your deposit. So we have a very easy payment plan. For $500, you could save your spot with a deposit, and the remainder we can either do 50/50, or you could do monthly payments. And that monthly payments is just split. You have to be fully paid 90 days before departure, but up until that, they could just calculate how many months remaining and just split that the remainder evenly. Okay, so very easy. Okay, additional services, this is what I handle. So not only do I help you prepare for travel, but I also help you to reserve any extra things. So if you want to arrive early, or maybe a few days early, maybe you want to stay after the tour is finished, I can help you do that. And we always stay at the same hotel. So you'll be in the same room and you won't have to change. You'll just check into your room. It'll be the same room for the tour the night before, and there'll be no changing rooms. So that's convenient. And we always suggest to come in a day early because it is a long flight. You have a long overnight flight. You're going to be losing a day with the time difference. So it does help a lot to just shake off the jet lag and really get used to the time zone change. And God forbid if there's any flight changes, flight issues, things could get canceled. You see what's happening with weather right now. So all those things, mechanical issues, we don't want you to run into any delays arriving and then have to miss something, meeting the group or missing anything on your tour. So it is a good idea if you have the flexibility in your schedule to arrive a day early. Airport transfers, we work with a wonderful company that does private airport transfers. So they have a driver that speaks English. They pick you up in a nice new Mercedes. They already know where you're going, so it'll be prepaid to us and they'll take you right to your hotel. You don't have to worry about waiting in the taxi stand, finding the taxi stand. The airports can be chaotic, especially when you just got off of a long flight and going through customs, finding your bags and all this stuff. So it's nice to have someone waiting for you with a sign and someone that okay, these people are waiting for me, they're going to take me away, and you don't even have to think of it. So I always tell people it's besides the convenience of it, it's a nice way to start your vacation, to just have someone waiting for you and whisk you right away to the hotel. So you don't even have to worry about that. Any extensions. So besides staying any additional nights, our by design department, our custom trip department, can also create for you an extension. So if there's another region in Italy, maybe you want to explore, or even another country, anything like that, we can personalize that just for you. And they can match it seamlessly with your tour. So it's very convenient to, if you are planning on spending some extra time in Italy, it is nice to have that all planned out for you. Just like your signature tour, we can do that for you as well. Airline tickets, we work with a company that can help you with airfare and also for travel insurance. We can give you quotes for insurance and help you with those purchases as well. So thank you, Georgia. Next slide. Okay, this is for our custom trips that we do. We custom design, design complete private tours based on the needs and desires of each traveler or group. Each tour is personalized, flexible, hassle-free. Many travelers add a custom extension to their group tours. So yes, if there's other areas you like to see, we definitely suggest speaking with Simona. Her name is Simona. She's from Catania and she's in the North Carolina region, and she makes beautiful trips for our clients. A lot of the trips, besides extensions, but we do fully customizable trips for vacations, multi-generational, honeymoon, graduation, the heritage trips that I was talking about earlier, any kind of group travel, and of course the extensions. But she has done some amazing trips in the past for clients, and these are just some examples of the things that she's done. Actually, the hot air balloon ride, we had some women, they were on, a few of them were traveling together and they wanted to do this on their free time. And we set this up for them to do this hot air balloon ride. It was really spectacular. They were in Tuscany and it was very, very cool. Family photo shoots, the Ferrari driving experience, that's also something that's very popular. We just had a couple do that. And any kind of surprises. Obviously, Italy is a perfect backdrop for any kind of surprises and any kind of beautiful vacation ideas. Okay, and here it just compares our small group tours versus the custom trips. So the main differences are with the small group tours, our signature tours, we call them, they already have preset itineraries and preset dates. So we only offer certain tours on certain dates. So if those dates don't work for you, we can customize a trip for whatever works for your schedule, whatever destination you want to go to, whatever activities you want to do. So whatever is important for you and the dates don't work, you want to do something else or something specific, this is exactly what the custom trips are for. So on the custom trips, you're on your own, so you don't have a tour manager with you. You will have local guides depending on what you're going to be doing. If you are going to Pompeii for the day, you'll have the tour, you'll have the local guide taking you. So it really depends and it's really customized for what you will be doing. Okay, so you can see the differences over there. Okay, next slide, please, Georgia. That one we did already.
Yeah, that's it. We can go on for maybe some questions from the clients if they have
Okay.
some.
That's it. I know we have, will you open up the chat and see, we have two messages on the chat. You see on the bottom next to share screen. See George on the very bottom.
On average, we start most days around 9. No, that's not. No.
No, there's a chat button. We have a number 2 on it. You see 2 people. Well, in any case, they can ask it. Okay, guys. So now I'm going to open up for questions. If you want to, okay. So
yes, all
all
rooms
rooms have air conditioning. Yes.
are.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Okay, go ahead, guys. Unmute yourself, and if you want to just, you want to raise your hand or something, you have to turn on your camera so I could see you. But go ahead, someone take a plunge. Who has a question? Okay. John, do you have any questions? I feel like I was talking to you personally the whole time because you have your camera on. Let's see, unmute yourself. You see where the mute is. Let's
There you
see.
go. Can you
There
hear
you
me?
go. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If a particular tour is sold out, is there a waiting list for a particular date?
We can, but obviously we want to see if any of the other dates work for you. But yes, we would kind of keep your information and Sabatino is the journey expert and he would you know, he would put you on a waiting list. But it doesn't happen too much. I mean, if you had some friends that could fill a tour yourself, you could even, if you had friends and family that wanted to go, you can even tell us dates and we could see if we could accommodate you with a guide and with the hotel availability, things like that, and you could have your own private tour.
Okay. For medical reasons, you have to change the date. Is that pretty seamless?
If you,
Yeah.
well, depending on when, that's why we encourage you to get trip insurance. But if it's going to be after that 90-day period, then no. If it's before the 90-day period, yes.
I gotcha.
Yes, absolutely.
I think for transfer, Daria, it's 120 days. I'm not so sure, but it's in our terms and conditions.
Okay, okay. So yeah, I'd have to confirm that, but as you get closer to departure is when everything starts, being more set in stone. But we definitely like to work with you and move you to another date, especially for that. But we do encourage you to get insurance.
Okay. What company do you use for trip insurance?
Travel Guard.
Travel Guard. Okay.
It's an AIG company. It's under their umbrella. Anybody else have a question? William, you have anything?
No questions here. Thank you.
Okay, good. Let's see. Before you book it, any questions?
If I could just jump in again, we have the 2026 dates at the bottom of these slides. So if anybody is thinking about 2026, we really encourage you to get in touch with us very soon because the spring dates, a lot of them are sold out already.
Yes, yes. So is anybody planning on traveling this year in 2026? Anyone have plans?
We're thinking about September. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Have you been to Italy before?
No. So it'll be a first time. So
Excellent. And so what region are you thinking?
well, doing the treasure tour.
Italian
Right.
treasures?
Yeah. I think it, but that could change. I have to go through it with my wife, but
Yes, it is hard. It is hard. I mean, Amalfi Coast is so well known, and I would say that, especially for the first timers, it's really a toss up between the Italian treasures and the Amalfi Coast. Usually, I think if people do the Italian treasures first, then they say, okay, now we have to see the Amalfi Coast.
okay.
Yeah. So it's hard. I mean, Italy is so beautiful, so diverse, and I feel like once you've gone, you get a little bit of the bug, and you definitely want to go back. So it's one of those enchanting places that calls you back. Let's see. Denise, do you have any questions? Mike, Sherry, anything? I know we have three. Oh, let me see. I guess I can open it up. So,
Mike just wants to know if it's unlimited wine at dinner.
Another good question.
Yes, that's a very good question. No, it's not unlimited. I believe it's two glasses at whatever
Right.
meals that you guys have together.
Right.
But I have to say, no one goes hungry on the tour. And I don't
And
think,
not even thirsty.
yes, no, not at all. Not at all. I think that's one of the only consistent things is people say that there's always too much food. So that's something that we try to balance as much as we can, but especially in southern Italy, it's in their DNA to feed you. So that's what they love doing. It makes them feel good.
Right.
So let me see. One of the questions okay, we started there. The air conditioning, yes, especially in the summer, of course. Okay, that was it. Okay, all right, guys. Well, listen, if there's no more questions, then I will let you go and enjoy your weekend. And I hope that you all can check out our website, check out the tours that we offer, the dates for this year, for next year. And, you know, if you have any questions, we're very easy to get a hold of. On the website, we have our phone number, our email address to get in touch with us. And of course, someone will get back to you as soon as possible. But we're here and we hope that you choose us to travel with, and we would love to take you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone stay safe for the weather and have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Arrivederci.
Ciao.
Ciao a tutti.